All right, so you guys have until April 4th to get that bot of a killer named Cenobite, aka Pinhead, aka Hellraiser, before he's removed from DBD. And let me just say this. Let me just give him his accolades. One of the worst killers to ever go against in solo queue. What's up, my Gen Chasers? Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm excited for like the new updates to like the quality of life and what they're trying to do with the anti-slugging. I'm excited. And I know a lot of killers who are only excited to keep Pinhead who really mains him. But it's just nice to know that I just won't see him. I will not miss him. I will not miss people not going for box, for not trying to slow down the chain hunt. I will not miss that eerie add-on. I really do not care what it was called, but the fact that he can just hit you and injure you, I will not miss that. Now, you're still going to have him in the game, but that's if you purchase it by DBD's website by the 4th of April. And they will change his names, like so they would still have this, plaything and stuff like that. It would just be called a different name. Now, I don't know if they're gonna do this like the same they did with Stranger Things when that went away and then it came back. They almost like the license to that. But I will not miss you, Pinhead. I will not miss the Pinhead mains. I will not. I do not care. I try to be like nice in this community, or not even nice. I'm real. Like I don't have any real feeling towards it. I mean, this community is trash. In my opinion, I am gonna hold you. I've been here almost 5 years now, and as a survivor main, I speak on both sides. I talk about how bad survivor is. I mean, I main solo queue, so you already know 9 times out of 10, my teammates are gonna sell me more than the killer. The killer is not my friend anyway, so the killer can never do anything to really sell me outside of just being a dick, which is to bleed me out on the ground because I looped him for more than 2 seconds. But you can never just seem to have like an objective like opinion or mindset of killer. Like I'm not biased. I call it out on both sides. And of course, people are gonna listen to this video and watch it and pick apart and pick things and just say automatically, well, you must have been bad against him, which is so stupid to me because it's like, I mean, there's not a killer in this game, but I can't mind game and loop. And if you understand how this game is, it's not about that. You can only run killer for so long, correct? Especially with the way they're designing these killers, you can only do it for so long. So it's not like, oh, you're bad if you go down within 40 seconds all the time. I mean, it just depends on the map, the structures, what's around you. That's why Windows Opportunity I advocate for it, because especially if you main solo queue, which are most people, it'll make sense that you are able to see where things are, as you don't really have communication. I mean, killers get to use all type of aura reading that is meta for killer, aura reading and gen slowdowns. They can use that for free, and it's not called lack of skill on their part. But when it comes to survivor, for some reason, it's a lack of skill on our part. And I'm just a man who I work hard, I come home, I want to play the game, and I feel like I was rage quitting because I don't know. We already have a Pinhead that we have to go against and worry about the box. We got survivors who choose not to do the box, and then you see that meter goes up and it's just stops the entire game. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, I'm not upset about. I do think that, like, he was fun. I mean, a lot of people, listen, I grew up watching Hellraiser, right? I grew up watching, I was born 3 years after the 80s, like 87. So I was born in 1990. And yeah, it was scary. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, having these iconic, it is sad. I will say this. It is sad to see him go in this sense, in this regard. I'm all about DBD trying to, do its thing by adding these licensed killers, stuff that's from like back in the olden days, because that's why the player base have like older adults, because you have to look at, if you were back in the days when I think Michael Myers, like Halloween came out in 1978 or 9 or like one of those years, there's been people who are grown adults who get to play as Myers or run away from Myers, play as Laurie. A Stranger Thing, which I've never seen, never cared to watch. They have the Demogorgon, they have, Steve and Nancy, and then you have Hellraiser. So when they get rid of these iconic killers or things that people grew up watching back in the day, it is a sad thing. I'm not gonna say that it's not, because you want the community to grow. You want this game to be diversified. You want stuff like that, like adding Chucky to the game. That's pretty cool too. But I don't know. It's just everybody have their favorite killer. Like one of my favorite killers are Bubba to go against. not really too much of a fan anymore of Hillbilly because of his stupid chainsaw and stuff like that. I don't mind going against Oni, right? I love those killers, and there are people who likes Pinhead. I really just don't know too many survivors though who enjoys Pinhead. It's not the chase so much as it is about the okay. Here's another thing though. Here's another thing that really bothered me about Pinhead, and anybody who's on console can attest to this. Is when he, let's say you drop the pallet down, but he hits you with the chains, right? Because he's chasing you, so he catches you with the chains. On PC, you can, I think there's like a different button or key button that you use to like drop a pallet and also vault and stuff like that. But when you're on console and you drop a pallet, it'll make you slowly vault back over to the other side and you just get hit. That is something I will not miss. Okay, now I really want to look at this. I want to go to the nightlight.gg website really quickly just to see how often, because see, I think killers like to only use the data because they say, well, stats doesn't really matter in DBD until it's trying to prove a point that where a certain amount of killers you don't even see all that much. That's when stats really matter for killer, I've noticed. So I just want to kind of go to Pinhead and see how often he is chosen, like the pick rate and stuff like that, because that will kind of show you his pick rate, his kill rates, etc. Like why we still have him. So I'm actually scrolling, and then he's at the bottom because you don't really see a lot of Pinheads compared to like, you know, meta killers and stuff like that. He is damn. So I'm on the nightlight.gg website. Okay, I must have missed him, but you don't really see him all that much. And so that's another thing that a lot of killers like to use and say, oh, well, okay, here it is. I passed him up. He is chosen 2.7% of the time. Kill rate is 56.21%. So he's performing above average. And what does that mean? That means killers get at least a 2K or more. So that's at least half, right? So I just want to be very clear when I try to get killers to understand this. I'm not being petty. I'm not being whatever. I'm just telling you, most of these killers are not underperforming the way I like to act like they are. They may not be winning all the time, but for him to have at least slightly above 55%, I don't see the problem with that. But he's only chosen 2% of the time, so you may not see him all that much. And after April 4th, you won't see him pretty much after that. So good luck, Pinhead mains, and you know, hope he go back to his movie back in the day in the 80s and be killing and doing his thing and mooring. But I will not miss you at all. I mean, we still gonna have your bum ass perks in the game, but I do not miss you. I do not miss solo queue survivors not wanting to do the box, even though we can clearly see that you're not doing anything because we can see the icons in solo queue. I will not miss you. And I know there are gonna be some killer main bots in the chat that's gonna trash talk that word killer main. Now again, you're still going to see him though. I want to be very clear. You're still going to see him, but if he's only chosen 2% right now, and you can't buy him anymore, he's gonna be seen a lot less. Good luck, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, oh well, you're likely a bot killer main. Have a blessed day, stay safe, and